Orange Folder. It's the debut album from the Charlottesville, Virginia band. So yeah, my buddy Cam showed me this, and it was just funny how few listeners they have. So when I heard about it like right as it came out, right? And I saw it was only on Bandcamp when I first listening. So I had to, not just I had to, I wanted to buy it on Bandcamp, and I did. So I feel like pretty good about that. So support artists on Bandcamp, folks. But and I just thought it was funny that Jet texted me, and he's like, how do you know about this band? They have like 10 followers on Spotify.
Yes. So I think what happened, I like looked it up at like one night and I like couldn't find it on Spotify. I was like, oh, I'll have to find it somewhere else, whatever. And then the next day I just forgot and I looked it up again. And then it was there. So I think they like got put on
I think it was
Spotify
like that night. They
Yeah,
got
yeah.
on Spotify. So I thought that
And they
was
had
so
like
funny.
like literally like 10 listeners.
I know because I looked it up and I didn't see it anywhere online except Bandcamp. So, but so
But
pretty new band that I found. So pretty cool. Um, but yeah, I mean, I think it's just great. I think it's just a great little rock band. I mean, it sounds kind of like 90s, like in terms of like the vocals, and I really like the vocals on this album. Like the way that the girl and the guy kind of harmonize on some of the tracks, I think is so cool. And like how deep the girl's vocals go, I just love that. Some of my favorites, How Long Is Forever, the first track is awesome. I think Poison is super cool. That like little guitar riff and then like the chorus on that song is just it's just it hits so hard. And yeah, I mean I don't know too much about them, but I hope they're still playing and doing stuff out there. I'm a big fan. Go check out Orange Folder.
I'm gonna echo that, the like 90s indie aesthetic. I'm a big Pavement fan, and
Yeah,
this is like, I don't want to say it's a Pavement album because there's a lot of stuff that Pavement doesn't do. It's a lot more modern than a Pavement album, but the
right. It does feel a little more. I know what you mean. It's a little bit more modern than that kind of sound, though, in a way. I don't know why,
but the
but
vocals are like, the bass is very Pavement. The vocals are very, very Pavement. I really like this. It reminded me a lot of the kind of stuff that I used to listen to in like high school and college. And I agree, Poison was definitely a standout track. I really liked the harmony in the chorus. Don't think I could. I really like that song as well. I really like the guitar riffs on it. Definitely like kind of an earworm for me. Um, and I liked, I don't know, even the slower songs on this, like Cowboy Blue was, it was kind of emotional and I liked it a lot. Um, Overall, yeah, I agree. This is a pretty good album. You said they're in Charlottesville.
guess so. So
All
it
right,
says
well,
on their band camp.
I live in Nashville. I'm not too far away. I might go see
Dude,
one
hit
of their
them up.
shows one day. Yeah.
Yeah.
yeah, I was just looking them up. I was seeing if they got any shows in DC or anything.
Yeah.
Yeah, I also really enjoyed this one too. I really like that there's kind of like two lead vocalists, like the guy and the girl, and how they kind of switch off. I really enjoy that. How Long Is Forever is really awesome. That's also a really good gym song, especially in the middle of it. And then they like come back and they're like, yeah, and then you're just ready. You're ready.
Yeah.
You're ready. You're there.
It feels like like I mean not all of them feel like a positive, but like they're all very uplifting songs too. But it has that kind of like 90s, and I feel like a lot of bands like that are kind of depressing a little bit in the 90s, but I feel like this album feels like upbeat and happy when I listen to it. So and I like that about it, I guess.
The songs are like pretty, like I feel like they're pretty straightforward, like pretty like simple, like kind of chord progressions, but it just sounds really good, you know. It sounds like a really like wholesome like rock album. And it sounds, yeah, it's got that 90s kind of sound that is really nostalgic to us, so it really tickles that good sense in my brain. Yeah, I really like this album. Yeah, I liked it a lot. I've listened to it probably the most out of all these albums, honestly. um I really liked Misty, Trial and Error. I like Yeah, there's no skips though. It's all good album. Very solid. Good jams.
It's
I just looked
shorter,
him up on
shorter than the
Instagram.
other albums.
Yes,
It
yes.
is.
You guys all
It's
picked
nice.
really fucking long albums.
Nice breath of fresh air. I looked them up on Instagram. They have 168 followers.
Damn, they're
So
blowing up.
to put that number to context, that's like half the followers of Hip Dad Radio. So
They'll
you know
get
we're on the
there. They'll
ground
get there
floor
one
here.
day.
If we tag them, they will definitely see it.
SZA's got 3.2 subs on YouTube, so they're almost there. They're nearly there.
I love that we talk about like SZA and an Orange Folder in the same call. Like we did that with like we did that with like what was that band? Like I had like a friend of mine's band we did, and then we also talked about like Kendrick like in the same call. It was funny.
Yeah, that's good. We have a wide range in this call.
Yeah.
I'm glad you said something about how like 90s indie bands are just really depressing. This sort of like it boils down that sound, but it doesn't make me like feel sad. And I like that a
I don't
lot.
feel sad listening to it.
Yeah.
That's why I like it.
That's fair. Yeah, I think I know Matt, I've been listening to like Jobber. I don't remember I showed you
that Jobber, yeah.
Jobber and Mama and like all those rock groups. Like this is definitely like fitting into that vibe. So I'm really glad you showed it. Purely just for that too, to add to the aesthetic, as the kids say.
Did it for you. I knew that's what you were into, so I was like,
Thanks, man. Thanks.
Appreciate it. Doug. So this one goes out to Doug. But all right, I think it's like an 8.5. It might grow on me. It just came out, so it's hard to judge it sometimes and you don't know it super well. But